Hi West Wing, it's so cool that you made it. Today I'm going to show you around my 39 square meter apartment in Munich. Come on in. I'm Clara, I'm 28 years old, and I recently moved into this apartment, which is perfect for one person. When I was designing my dining area, I really wanted a pop of color, which is why I picked these chairs. I think they're super fun, not only because of the material, which has this vintage quality to it, but also because of the color. I think this beautiful dark green really ties in very well into my apartment and recalls the green of the plants that I have everywhere. I would describe my interior style as a relaxed maximalist. When I was designing this space, I really wanted it to look fun and inviting and warm, but also calm and relaxing. So I picked furniture in very simple lines with neutral colors, and then I really created a sort of white canvas to then fill up with decoration and interesting textiles, interesting artwork, plants, pictures. If you like my style, be sure to shop my look. Japan is a big inspiration in my decoration style, and I love the koi motif. I actually bought this artwork in Japan when I was visiting my sister that was living there, and it's actually not meant to be hung. It's a furoshiki, it's a textile that people use to wrap their bento box in or gifts, and I really love it because it's so bold and it's so ironic, and it's always a big conversation starter. I have a lot of furniture that is actually multifunctional and helps me carve out as much storage space as possible in my tiny apartment. For instance, I have a poof that also has hidden storage inside of it. The bed also has cabinets underneath the mattress. And I also have pieces that have a double function. For instance, this serving trolley I use as a shelf to kind of put all of my kitchen supplies and utensils on it, but it can also be moved around, and I can really use it as a serving trolley if I need to. Talking about multifunction, this is actually a perfect example of how to have a piece of furniture double in function. So this is actually a DIY project, and when I was designing it, I thought, okay, I want a shelf that I can put all my books and decoration on, but I also want something where I can display my record player, and I want something that I can use as a working station. And one other thing that I really like about this shelf is the fact that it is imperfect, because I made it together with a friend and we had to paint it ourselves. You can see where, let's say, we weren't very good at painting the wood, but I still love it the way it is. For me, it was super important to put my record player on display. I'm a big fan of music, but most specifically of vinyls. And I wanted to show you my favorite record. Is actually a record I got in a flea market, which is the Grease album. I know this sounds a bit funny, but I think this is such a fun album, and everyone really loves it and is always shaking their booties when they put this on. I fell in love with the Lennon couch the minute I sat on it, and I promised myself that when I would move into my own space, I would get it, regardless of the size of my new apartment. Of course, I was a bit concerned at the beginning because it is indeed a big couch, but at the end, it fits perfectly even in a small space. And the light color also makes it look way less bulky than you might think. Plus, I think this is such a comfortable couch. Everyone who sits on it doesn't want to get off. And I think it's the Netflix and chill couch by definition. I think plants are a great way to decorate an apartment in a cheap way. They don't cost much, but they bring a lot of joy. And you can collect as many as you want, because the more plants, the more joy. There's literally no downside to that. A very special thing in my apartment is the artwork that is hanging on the walls. I collect artwork from the various trips that I do, or places I live, or even important people in my life. For instance, this is a watercolor that my mom made for me, and I really love seeing it every day in my house. So one of my most proud possessions is these ceramic dishes that my friend made. She's a very talented ceramist and just started her own handmade ceramics line. Her name is Naruka Ceramics. And because we often have dinner parties where we eat a lot of garlic, it's a bit of a running joke between us that we are garlic girls. So she made these customized little dishes for me, and they're so cool. You can really grate your garlic in them and it comes out perfectly. I'm super happy with my kitchen. Even though someone else picked it out for me because it was here when I moved in, I really love the colors and the marble detail. I think it fits very well into a small space, and the light colors make sure that it doesn't look too dark in here. Also, just because it is small, it doesn't mean that it is not extremely powerful. It's super functional, so even though it is tiny, I can still make a meal for 6 people with no problem. I'm Italian and I love Italian design, so I wanted to incorporate this also in my apartment. One of the coolest things I think I have in my apartment is the Tessino lamp from Artemide. It has a really cool retro vibe. It makes the most beautiful light, and maybe it's a little bit over the top, but I call it my baby. I love this lamp. When I was designing my bedroom, I wanted to make sure that I would carve out as much storage space as possible because it is also a very small space. So I decided to pick a wardrobe that would have sliding doors and a mirror already attached to the doors. This saves a lot of space, but also makes the space look bigger. On the other hand, I also wanted some open shelving into the bedroom itself, because having one big piece of furniture would have made everything look quite bulky. So with the open shelving and the open hangers, you create something that is a little bit more light and airy. If you like my style, be sure to shop it. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time. Ciao ragazzi, alla prossima!